While Jaddy's having fun on the track with his friends,
it's pretty much the battle for the bottle. Winner takes all.
May and Giddy finally move into their new home.
Voila! Living here is like a dream come true.
Meanwhile, Opie and his kids go to a Toronto car auction for a good cause.
On va faire un petit peu de renouveau, un nettoyage un petit peu dans le garage, dont une voiture qu'on va donner pour la Fondation du cancer.
It's a bit of a testing, and at the same time, we're going to have a bunch of customers in, see what we actually did with the builds and tunes, and hopefully everyone's happy by the end of the day. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to bring the GTR. This car I've been working on since 2012. It's had a lot of downs. A lot of money's been put into it, a lot of time.
Slow it up.
By now, you're used to the phenomenal performance of Giddy's and Opie's Nissan GTRs. Competing at this level requires putting in a lot of time and hundreds of thousands of dollars in modifications. In Jaddy's case, even though he's owned his car for years, it's still far from rivaling the fastest GTRs on the planet. To increase his race car's chances of performing better, Jaddy called in his good friend Marco, an expert in GTR modifications.
My name is Marco Passante. I own Magnus Motorsports. We make high-performance parts. We also build racing cars. This is going to be 21 years this month.
I work on a few of the fast GTRs on the planet. I work on a lot of fast ones.
We'll probably be here till about midnight, 1 a.m. Yeah, pretty much just to go home and get some rest for tomorrow.
In Florida, May and Giddy have finally moved into their new home. All that's left is to apply the finishing touches.
There's like a zoo back here.
Oh, we got some eggs.
Making you an omelet.
That's my breakfast. Hey, we are at our house. That's finally done after 2 years.
Our house! Living here is like a dream come true. Absolute.
Yes, it has been.
People ask, oh, how many square feet is the house, you know? It's 8,000 square feet. But what you don't know is that half of that square footage is actually garage.
So this right here, this is for the cars.
This is...
However...
Oh my God, this looks so good.
This is the shop.
And maybe one day we could get like a Lamborghini symbol on the floor.
Oh, yeah, we want the logo. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, I definitely want the...
As much headache as it was to build this house from scratch to now, it was worth it because we can walk through the house and everything is 100% like us.
Every aspect of the house was custom picked
Right.
by us. Oh, look at that. Albert's putting the finishing touch.
Yeah, we got 4 speakers in the ceiling. We got 7 speakers around the front and the sides. And we got 2 subwoofers in the front that produce the bass.
So there's 13 speakers in this room?
13 total.
Oh my God. The walk-in closet. Who got the walk-in closet?
I won the bet, and somehow she got the bigger walk-in closet. The winner of this competition wins the big walk-in closet.
What does that tell you?
That you have more clothes than me.
No. Voila! We wanted to have a theater room. We wanted to have a really good gym because that's something that we like to do. Like, everything is for us, for who we are together.
Hey, excuse me. Did anybody invite you here? Do we know you?
After working late into the night, Jaddy and his gang will finally be able to test their cars on a track that Jaddy rented especially for the enjoyment of his customers.
Last night we ran into a few problems. One of them was the throttle body on the passenger side of the car. Marco caught it on the graphs, and we had to take one apart, fiddle with it a bit, and make sure it was working properly. I didn't go to bed till like 4:30 because of all the coffee I drank. I've already 2 espressos in.
While it took a lot of time to get the GTR ready, don't forget that it also required a lot of money.
Cost-wise, if I actually told you, I would probably be in trouble. It wasn't cheap. The car itself is used, 70, 80,000. Brand new is maybe 110. The mods, if you're doing them yourself, it's a lot cheaper. But prior to that, I'd spent a lot of money with previous shops. So now it's in good hands because it's in my hands. So I feel better, and from there, we should know what it does today at least, and kind of just baby stepping it in and get on the track. It's going to be a lot of testing, and it should be fun.
Along with his 2 kids, OB arrives in Toronto for one of the biggest car auctions in Canada, where he intends to sell several cars.
We're here with 5 cars to sell them. We have 1 car that we're giving to the Cancer Foundation.
You?
Good to see you.
Is this one your...
Yeah. We need to make a bit of room in our showroom to let the other cars come in.
What's your name?
Alice.
Alice, I'm Joe.
Nice to meet you.
My son, Sam. Samuel. Last year we brought 8. We sold them. This year we're bringing 6, and we're refreshing the inventory. We have great cars coming, you know. Obi Prestigiato found its niche. Now we're seeing the core of the dealership, which is more towards European or very high-end collectibles that are actually very limited in production, special editions that in time will take real value.
Ah, c'était sensible à vue.
J'adore la couleur.
Tu devrais rapide une de tes voitures comme ça.
I don't think of buying any cars, frankly. I'm not here to buy, I'm here to sell.
Whoa!
C'est des voitures latino, là. There's maybe 1 car that I might be tempted. Sam never speaks out about cars that he likes. And he found a car here on the floor that he says, Dad, this car is cool.
Personally, I like the Thunderbird, which is located very close. I heard it, and it really came and got me in the inside, and it was amazing.
Mets ta main sur le volant. I mean, we'll see. If it's not too expensive, we'll buy it, then we'll just have fun with it. And who knows, maybe we'll just sell it again next year.
Jaddy has invited his customers to Mission Raceway Park. It's basically a marketing operation, but the main goal is to have fun.
Been a customer for about 10 years or so, and then I've known Jaddy for about 2 years.
Okay.
So, yeah, I knew right away that we'd be buddies. He's just big into cars and just always game to go racing and stuff, right? So, yeah.
We're here to test the GTR finally, get a little bit of seat time, see what we can do with it. My GTR that I've been aching over for years. The main goal is just to keep up with Giddy and OB. Also, I brought my M5 to try to break into 10 seconds. After that, if I get my 10s, I'm done racing this car. Yeah, this car is far from stock. None of the stuff came with the car. It's all add-ons that we did at the shop. Yeah, time to race.
.02 seconds on the quarter mile is still a far cry from the 10 seconds Jaddy's aiming for, but at least his friends and customers seem to really be enjoying themselves. It's now time for Jaddy to bring out the heavy artillery and finally relish the power of his Nissan GTR.
How fast was that last run? 40.
After only one run, Jaddy's Nissan is already starting to flounder. You could say GTRs are a little temperamental.
Okay, so the GTR is a very complicated creature. For whatever reason, it's not detecting rear wheel speed, so it won't go into launch mode. So if we don't go into launch mode, no wheelies. You know what no wheelies means? Not a good time. You know what I'm saying?
It's really frustrating because I've been through this. It's the littlest thing that we probably could have solved if we were actually told the truth when I received the car. So it's really frustrating, but it is what it is.
This morning, May and Giddy are getting ready for a very popular event among local car enthusiasts.
Supercar Saturday. It's just fun coming out and seeing all the cars. There's so many supercars here. It feels like you're watching $500,000 cars that are just pouring in one after the other after the other. Oh, that's pretty.
Just because it's expensive doesn't mean you have to like it.
This event never disappoints. There's always something new, exciting. That is old school right here, baby. Something that just came out. We saw the first Jaguar Pace. That's
cool.
Full electric. Can I sit in it? Absolutely. Oh, wow, it's nice.
I was actually surprised at how much you liked it.
Yeah, it's very cool.
400 horsepower. Metric, that's about 394 American.
Super impressive, man. I would love to have a car like that.
When you go to these things, it's a lot of like husbands or whatever, like, but without their wife or without their girlfriend, because it's like their thing.
Yeah, the new Ford GT. This is from the factory. Oh, yeah. Carbon fiber wheels.
For us, we're always together when it comes to car stuff, and that's one thing that I love about us.
Hey! What's up, how are you? Who's that? Coming out here and hanging out with friends, it's a lot of fun.
Can you take a picture of me near it?
Beautiful.
Hey, what's your Instagram?
While May and Giddy shop for their next car, Obi is trying to sell a few of his collector cars at the Toronto auction, while contributing to a very good cause with help from his daughter, Alice.
60?
What? I'm happy and I'm confident about my speech, and I'm confident that people will want to bet for this car because it's going to help basically the Cancer Society, and it's going to help the research.
Alice and OB will donate the entire proceeds from the sale of this car, hoping to give close to $50,000 to the cause.
Okay, papa, c'est nous bientôt. Oh my God.
We have a beautiful young lady up here named Alice. There's Alice. She's the daughter of the owner.
Hello, my name is Alice Mia Ben Lulu. This pink car, Mucha Muchacha, is a car that my dad bought for me a couple years ago. Recently, a member of my family got diagnosed with breast cancer, so I decided to give my car to the Cancer Foundation to help the cause. Please be generous and give from the heart. Thank you. Let's start the betting.
All right, we do have a couple phone bidders on the car here. Again, we're going to the highest bidder, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of price. How much here today, guys? What do you get for it? How much here today? 40, 50. I get 40, maybe a 50,000. Even a 45. 40, 45, 45, thank you. 45. I get 40, 50 here. 50. Yeah! 55. 50, maybe a 55. 50, maybe a 55,000. 50 bid. 55, maybe a 57. 5, a 57. 5. Come on and do it. 57. 5. 57,000. Going twice.
So I'm extremely happy and proud of Alice that she participated for the cause. We got really good money out of the crowd. I mean, we got like $57,000.
You know, my kids, they're down to earth. They're not impressed by our lifestyle. For me, it's very important that they understand the value of money. They understand as well that it's important to work in order to basically make money. It shouldn't be easy. Obviously, if they can follow my steps and maybe do some business and stuff, fine. You know, I just want them to be happy, seriously.
In Vancouver, Jaddy continues the trials with his GTR. The goal now is to get as much information as possible about the car.
My goal with this car right now is to drive it down the quarter mile. I would love to hit sixes, but there's so much baby stepping. Sometimes you get burnt out, and sometimes you're just right back into it, full tilt.
Still one piece. Once a car gets worked on a lot, everything gets changed, there is no manual. So it depends which way you modify it. So you have to come in, you have to figure out, get all your ducks lined up and see what's going on. So it does take a couple times before the cars start magically going fast.
We had some transmission issues, but the car was stuck in two-wheel drive. We have a to-do list, and within the next week or so, getting it back together and getting out there again. This car will be competitive for a long time. Yeah, I'm still confident with that. It'll be fine.
That thing is definitely two-wheel drive.
To lighten the mood, Jaddy suggests a little friendly challenge.
All right, guys, pretty much the battle for the bottle. Winner takes all. All right, let's do this.
Since he can't play around with his GTR, Jaddy takes part in the challenge behind the wheel of his BMW M5.
1.7? All right, I'm fine.
Out of that?
1126. Yeah.
I did a 10.70 at 130. And then Sean jumped in my car, he did 10.68 at 132, so.
Guys, Sean for driving the fastest in Jamie's car. There you guys go.
All right.
The battle for the bottle. Now crack that thing.
Even though his GTR has broken down, the upside is that Jaddy has a more specific list of the modifications he needs done. And his main mission was accomplished, spending a great day with his friends and customers. In Toronto, after inspecting the Thunderbird, Haig convinces OB not to buy the car.
This is like, resale value is $0.
Well, okay, I guess you don't like it.
But OB is tempted by another car.
Voilà!
Not fair, boss.
Oh, ça, c'est nice.
Yes.
Ça, c'est beau.
Purchase. Nice purchase. Love those.
You guys were afraid, huh?
In the next episode, Jaddy and OB take part in a chump car competition.
Qu'est-ce qui est plaisant avec le Chump Car? C'est que c'est pas la poche qui gagne, mais c'est le meilleur pilote. C'est capoté. C'est capoté.